I never thought I'd say this, but I am so excited that it's that time of the month. So if you want to see what I got for my Morphe brushes this month, keep on watching. Hi guys, and welcome back to Make Up My World. Today I have for you my Morphe monthly brush club unpackaging, and last month was the first package that I had received from Morphe, and I got these amazing brushes from them, and I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys and let you know how this first batch worked out for me. So I can honestly say that I've used these brushes to death over the last month. I mean, I haven't even washed a couple of them because I used them as recently as this morning. This crease brush is just amazing. It just gets right in there and blends everything flawlessly. I have not had any shedding. I've washed this twice, like deep cleaned it twice and spot cleaned it every time I've used it, and it is just super soft. I have had no shedding with it. It's extremely just durable. It's nice and tight in the ferrule. This is literally one of my favorite blending brushes now compared to the ones that I've gotten from Sigma, so definitely one of the best ones from this last collection. The other one that I was surprised about that I thought I was going to really not get a lot of use out of was this massive one right here that you can use for either concealer or packing on some like sort of cream product, or even doing some sort of highlight or a very defined contour. And I have actually used this quite a bit for my concealer. I thought it would be kind of strange after I put it on the first time with my concealer. I thought, okay, with the type of hairs that are used for this brush, it's just going to get really gooped up really fast and I'm not going to get a lot of use out of it. This actually, with all the little tiny fine lines that I'm getting underneath my eyelid, I'm actually able to blend them out really well, so I don't get that collection of concealer within those little tiny fine lines. And it's exactly why they made this brush, to really get into those little corners with that pointed edge and just blend everything out beautifully so it looks nice and natural. And this brush has really surprised me out of the ones that I received last month. The one that I hoped to get more use out of, but I actually defaulted back to my old brush, was the eyebrow brush. So I was having high hopes that this was going to be nice and sturdy and stiff to apply brow products, but at the same time be soft enough to get in there and not feel so stiff where it's actually flicking the product away. I don't know if that makes any sense, but when you're putting on product, you don't want the brush to be so stiff that it actually drags across. It's not able to really go smoothly, and this does actually apply it really well and defines the outer edge. But when I started to try to flick it upwards and fill in product that way, it moved the product rather than put down the product. So this one was nice, but not better than my old eyebrow brush. I really did like this angled eyeliner brush. It does do what it's supposed to do. I used this one a lot for laying down cream products on my bases onto my eyelid. This gets a lot of surface done really quickly. And then these other shadow brushes, you can never have too many shadow brushes. The little paddle brushes and this big monster right here, it just places that brow highlight like nobody's business. I actually used it for the inner corner because I have such a tiny area between the bridge, my so-called bridge of my nose, and my eye, that right there next to the tear duct, I just pushed in the highlight and I was done. All of these brushes from last month's collection have been either worth it or exceeded my expectations. So I'm really happy with last month's brushes, so just so you guys know. So now on to this month's brushes. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the package. Okay, so this month, look at how many brushes came with the club. Oh my goodness! Look at how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brushes for this month. And remember, I paid $20 for this. There's no way that you could get one brush from Sigma. You can get 1.5 brushes from MAC. You can get no brushes from so many other brands out there. But for what I've seen the quality being on the last set of brushes, I am seriously shocked that for what I am investing in this monthly brush club, I'm getting a huge payback in brushes. So let's go through each one by one. Okay, so the first brush, I'm going to go and take these in order of what brush number they are. This is the M165. It is a angled brush, and it is either used for brow or eyeliner. It's a nice, very thin angled brush with a nice slant to it. It has super soft synthetic bristles. The entire length of the brush from the tip of the bristles to the handle is 6¼ inches, and the length of the bristles is 1/4 inch. I think this might be a good one for you to use for brow powder, and it definitely looks like you can go ahead and get really tight into your lash line to apply a liner. I think this would work really well. I have the Smashbox double exposure palette where you can go wet or dry with the product, and a brush like this I think would get right into that product to pick up one of those shadows, you know, after I've wet the brush, and use it to apply the shadow as a liner. I think that would work really well. And because it is synthetic bristles, it will pick up products like gel liners or, you know, wet to dry eyeshadows and not get all gunked up and be difficult to wash out later. So this is a pretty dang nice brush. Again, the ferrule is nice and tight, the bristles seem nice and sturdy, and there is this little bubble type of design to the handle, so it looks like it's gonna sit nicely to where it's going to be comfortable. It's not so thin that you feel like you're going to have carpal tunnel holding on to it, but it's also not so thick that you feel like the brush is you're gonna have no control and it's just gonna fall out of your hand. So I like this first brush, and I actually don't have one that's like this in my collection. I think the closest that I can get to in my collection is this angled eyebrow brush here that has the spoolie on the other end, but even this is not as wide or as thin as the M165 from Morphe. So I'm really excited to try this one out. Okay, so the next brush that Morphe included is the M169, and this is a crease brush, and it is this little domed bristle. It is sable, and it looks to be, it's about 3/8 of an inch for the bristles, and it's 6 3/8 for the entire length of the brush. And this would be perfect to actually pick up shadow and apply it directly into the crease. So if you were doing a softer cut crease and you want to just pack product, or you wanted to blend out the cut crease and be very specific and stay within that line that you're creating and not necessarily blend it wide, but just blend it very specifically, this looks like it would do the job beautifully. I do like that look. If you've seen some of my tutorials, a cut crease is one of my favorites, so this is definitely going to be something I want to play with and see how I can work it into my collection. I don't have anything similar to this, even with the Sigma Performance Eye brush collection that I have, the precision brushes that they have, I don't have something that's similar to this. It's very soft and pointed like a pencil brush. It's kind of like a pencil brush on steroids, if that makes any sense. So you can get in there, pack on the product, and then blend it out like an eraser. So I'm definitely excited to use this brush. Okay, so the third brush that Morphe included in this month's brush club is the M218, and this is a rounded fluffy crease brush. And this actually looks larger than the crease brushes that I typically use, but this feels amazing. It's so super soft. So the bristles are 3/4 of an inch long, and the entire length of the brush is 6 inches. And it's actually made to blend out all of the colors in the crease. So you can see that it is rounded over the top. It's tapered on this edge, and it is super fluffy. There's a lot of give with this brush. It's not very stiff. You can actually put it down and see how it fluffs out, and then you can go ahead and blend out your shadows so you can get that nice gradation of eyeshadow. And I love a good crease brush. Just like last month's brush that they included, this one, I've used this one more than any of the other ones aside from the concealer one that I used every day. This is literally the most flexible crease brush, blending brush that I have had. Now this one is going to join it, and because it's so large, it's going to give that really diffused look to any colors that you put in your crease. So I'm excited to give this a try. I'm hoping that there's no shedding. You know, I'm tugging just a little bit on the bristles, and I like that about Morphe, that you don't automatically, you know, out of shipping, out of the package, get those, you know, stray hairs here and there. I've not seen that with any of them, and I think that this is definitely going to be one of the brushes that I go to the most out of this month's edition. So okay, so the fourth brush included in this month's collection is the M224, and it is a synthetic, looks like a concealer brush. It's very dense. It does have a soft feel. For it being synthetic, it doesn't feel like straight up plastic. A lot of times you get those concealer brushes and they're just plastic. You dip it in the product, you pack it on, and it really actually doesn't smooth. It just moves the product. This actually has a nice soft feel to the bristles. The bristles are 5/8 of an inch, and the entire length of the brush is 6 inches. And it looks like it's something that you can pick up, you know, corrector, cream kind of product, concealer, like liquid concealer, cream concealer, and pat it on over your under eye area or any places that you may have redness. You can, it's nicely rounded at the tip, so it looks like you can pick up just a bit of concealing product and then target those little areas that you might have problems to conceal, and then just go ahead and dab on. Or you can use the other concealer brush, use this to actually apply the daub of concealing product, and then use this to just lightly blend it out. So I think that, you know, everybody needs a good concealing brush, and having multiple of them are great, because if you're lazy, you're in a hurry, you need, you know, it's really a bother to deep clean brushes every single day. Spot cleaning is one thing, but deep cleaning is another. And with concealing products, cream products, you kind of do want to get that done, because they end up, you know, really getting into those bristles, and it's, you know, breeding bacteria and stuff. So you don't want to have those that you're using every single day with those creamy kind of products. So it's nice to have a concealing brush on rotation, and I'll definitely give this a try and let you guys know how it works out for me. Okay, the fifth brush in this month's collection is the M333, and it is the chiseled crease brush. This is a soft sable bristle. I mean, this is so silky soft, it's not even funny. This actually, I think, would be really great in packing on the color on top of the lid, or if you have put something down and you want to wet this and use makeup remover or just water. If you're putting something down and you want to move away or clean away a specific spot, I think this would definitely work well. So if you have, you know, a nice smoky eye on the outside and you want to go in and clean it and make it a very sharp edge, I think you could definitely go in, wet this just a bit with some Fix Plus or some water or a bit of makeup remover. I like to take a wipe and just rub the brush against the wipe and then use it to really sharpen up that outer edge of the flick or the V of my eyeshadow on the upper lid area. And this looks like it would definitely do that well. It's nicely dense. The bristles are 3/8 of an inch long, and the entire length of the brush is 6 5/8 inches long. It would pack on a brow highlight really well. Just go ahead and dab it in and just place it right there. It's just a really beautiful, soft brush, and it looks like it would just have multiple uses. So I'll give it a try and I'll let you guys know what I end up using it for. So the next brush in the collection for this month is the M334. It is the mini angled buffer, and this is one of those dual fiber synthetic bristles. The bristles are 3 1/4 inches long, and the entire length of the brush is 6 inches and 3/4. So it is a nice substantial brush. It has the dual synthetic fiber bristles at the top. It's definitely something that would work for concealing if you wanted to daub on and then blend out. It's nicely packed and dense as far as the bristles go, but if you look at it, it has a lot of give. It's like a very small foundation brush almost. You can get in there, apply cream products, whether it be highlighter or blush products, just dab a little bit on and then just blend all of it out. It could also be used for paint pots. For the Maybelline Tattoo Color cream pots, you can go ahead and swirl it in and apply it onto the lid as your base or your primary eye color. This is one of those multi-function brushes that I am really excited to use. I have the Sigma range where they have the kabukis that are the angled, the flat, the rounded, and kind of the pointed edge. And I also have the smaller ones. And the thing I like about this is that it's in between those two sizes. So it's not identical to anything I have in my collection right now, but rather it's something that will add value to my collection. All of those brushes that I have from Sigma are constantly used. So I know that this is definitely going to be one of those that are used a lot from this month's edition. The last brush in this month's collection is the Dual Deluxe Fan Brush, and this is Morphe M495. It uses both synthetic and sable bristles, so you have the synthetic bristles across the top and the sable right there at the bottom. This is a multi-use brush as well. A lot of people see fan brushes and they're like, I don't want that in my collection. It's really big. I don't know what I would use it for. These are so, just like I said, multi-functional. You can use this to apply your contour and get a really nice cut edge on that contour if you want very defined cheekbones, or you want a really strong contour down your nose. Or if you'd like to dip this into a highlight, you can just really lightly apply that highlight to the top of your cheekbones and get that nice diffused highlight, because using both of these types of bristles are going to distribute the product kind of in a very wide or broad spectrum across the bristles. So when it applies onto your face, it's not all packed on. It's not like using a brush like this where it's going to literally pick up and just have it stuck to the edge of the brush, so you would have to tap off a lot of excess. This is going to lightly pick up those products, especially depending on how hard you push down. If you just gently go across a highlight and then just gently go across your cheekbones or just lightly feather it down, you're going to get that really nice bright shine for your highlight and not that real oil streak like you just took something wet across your cheekbone. The other thing that's really good about these is great for brushing away fallout, as well as applying powder all over the face. You can really literally just pat in your face powder with brushes like this. Don't be afraid of fan brushes. They are picking up momentum now. Hopefully people will see their value more and more. I have them in all shapes and sizes. My favorite one that I've been using recently is from It Cosmetics, and it's a mini version of this type of fan brush, and I use it to highlight because it does give such a nice, just fluid application of the highlighter without seeming like, ooh, look at me, I'm sparkly, I have big huge diagonal streaks of highlight across my cheekbones. I don't want that. I want it to look as natural as possible. And this is the makeup I wore to work today, and I think my highlight just turned out really nice and natural, as opposed to being okay, I am literally hitting the town, I'm going clubbing tonight, look at these cheekbones, they're just sharp and way over highlighted. These type of brushes just knock all of that out. It just gives you a nice flawless finish. The other thing is just, if you have all of your face makeup applied, your contour, your blush, your highlighter, these are actually really great to kind of blend everything together. You have a lot of control. You have that contour right here that you've applied with another brush and it just looks a little bit too strong. Knock it back with one of these. It's an amazing multi-purpose brush, and not necessarily just the Morphe ones, but all of the fan brushes out there have their purpose. So if you don't have one in your collection, it's definitely a brush I would think about investing in, because it does have so many different uses. And just simply the fact of anything from here to here can be applied with this brush directly. It is amazing. So I am excited to try this brush out, see how these bristles perform. I always suggest with the fan brushes, they always come with a plastic cover to them. Keep these covers because it keeps the bristles nice and compacted together. It helps keep the shape of them. So if you guys do purchase a fan brush, do keep the over cover for this. You don't have to keep these little plastic things that the rest of the brushes come in, but the one for the fan brush I always recommend keeping. Okay guys, those are all of the brushes that Morphe sent me for the month of February. I literally cannot wait for March. Every month I'm going to be getting brushes like this and like this. I mean, I'm kind of a little obsessed. I have an addiction to brushes because you just can't have too many of them, but these are really nice quality for the amount that you pay for it. If you are interested, you can pay, like I did, $20 a month for your subscription, or if you want to get some extra perks, some freebies, things like that, you can pay all at once for the entire year, and you're locked in, guaranteed to get your brushes every single month for an entire 12-month period. If you guys are interested in giving this to a friend or a family member as a gift, you guys can do that too. Go and check out their website. I will link it off below. It's definitely a subscription program that I think would definitely benefit people who are beginning makeup users to expert makeup users. Morphe brushes are just really great quality. Not every single brush that you get is going to be your favorite. I mean, everybody has different things that they're looking for in brushes. You have to really play around, find the ones that work best for you, your style of applying makeup, the types of products that you use on your face. There is a brush out there for every product, for every type of application. So keep going out there, playing around with different brushes. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be really truly cheap. It can be somewhere in the middle, and you can have great brushes for not a lot of money. $20 for this and this. For $40, I have 15 brushes. That is insane. I mean, you can't not go out and get this quality of brush for that amount of money anywhere else. I mean, if you guys are interested, or if you guys already have, or you guys have signed up for this program, please let me know below and let me know how the brushes are working out for you. If you've come out with any other interesting, unique ways to use the brushes that I am not using them for, I would really appreciate if you guys would let me know. Or if you guys see any of the brushes that I have received and you guys know of, unusual ways of using it that have really worked for you, please let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment box below. I will leave everything I know about this company in the description box. For these subscription boxes, you guys, I pay for them out of my own pocket. I do not get contacted by this company. I receive them on a monthly basis. I pay for them out of my own pocket on a monthly basis. So my opinions about these brushes are completely mine. I do not want people to go and run out and get brushes if I myself haven't used the service and paid for it myself and saw actual value for money out of my own paycheck. So if you guys like it, if you guys are interested in one of the brushes and not the whole collection, you guys can visit their website and pick just one of these brushes up. You don't have to even sign up for a monthly subscription. So there is all of the information for you guys. If you guys want to sign up, great. If you don't, no big deal. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, just stopping by, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. As always, you guys, please be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and I think this time I would like you guys to try to be kind to your skin. Remember to wash your face every night. Remember to really take good care, moisturize, use eye creams. You're never too young to start a really good skincare regimen. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others, be kind to your skin, and don't ever be afraid to be your perfectly imperfect you. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now. Thank you for watching. Click on the video above to get another glimpse into my world. And don't forget to visit my website, makeupmyworld.com, for more details on me and the products reviewed here today. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My details are below. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.